Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another early morning coffee talks. It is already January 2nd. You know it's crazy? It already feel like it's been like a week or two. Just that quick that's went past and it hasn't. That just let me know how fast this time is going. It don't make any sense, man. But we're gonna stay locked in. We're gonna hold on to this time as it continuously just goes, man. But with that being said, being that the year's already, starting off fast from the starting line, this is why it's even more powerful that we stay consistent and why consistency matters. You know, um, Number one, as a husband, as a leader, perfection isn't the goal. To be perfect isn't the goal, but I would say consistency is. And people don't expect you to never make mistakes, but they do expect you to show up time and time again, and not only for you, for them, but for yourself as well. So the thing about consistency, man, is it's gonna build trust. It's gonna build trust. You're gonna make your family feel secure. Knowing that they can rely on you to show up, whether it's emotional, physically, or even financially, and a lot of times spiritually too. Um, it definitely creates the stability in your marriage, and it sets this like rhythm for your household when you're consistent. You know, um, I would say also it's even healthy for your family dynamic, and that's one thing that I'm starting to even see now as I'm more consistent. Because I'll tell you guys personal things about me is that yeah, for a while I wasn't consistent. I was kind of everywhere, and I deep dove into that at one time. But where I am now, definitely consistent, and it's definitely showing the benefit and the value of being that in my own, personal household. Let me just say that. So when it comes to commitment, man, especially going into this new year for you guys, the commitments could look like just, having a day where your family sit down for dinner, right? Just a regular dinner day. It could be on the weekend, maybe that Saturday, that Sunday, hell, maybe even Friday, depending on what your family's schedule is. And I think we've gotten away from that when it comes to just bringing it back to the table. And I know everybody doesn't have the dynamic, but if you can, man, I always, and maybe I got this from the movies. I feel like I've heard this from some people I knew just throughout my life. It's hard to come by again, but I always felt that um, sitting down at a table allows you to connect with everybody to see what kind of everybody's at, and it doesn't have to be this digging fest, right? When it comes to oh, um, trying to dig out emotions on everybody, but no, just to kind of see where everybody at, see where your kids at, how they doing. Because a lot of times, as men, we so busy and we running around working. We putting in work for other things. We trying to do our business, maybe trying to get promoted, putting in the extra hours. A lot of times we don't see our kids. A lot of times we don't see our wife as much. So if we're able to sit down at a dinner and just have a time to like just get a refresher on where everybody at, they know where you are, and it's just a good dynamic, man. And I think that goes a long way because we know that life can be hectic, but if we consistently have that day, we able to sit down and reconnect with our family. I think that'll go a long way, and it just shows that you're available, you know. So that's one thing that I know for sure that me and my wife do. Because again, every Sunday I'm consistent with that, us having a date night. And again, we're not always out, but sometimes we'll just be at home chilling, but we definitely eat dinner together. And so that's just a good way to just reconnect if we haven't really had a chance to sit down and talk all week for real, for real. So, but I know that it isn't easy. I know that being consistent isn't easy. I know that there's work pressures, there's personal challenges, and I know that there's also like unexpected life events that can throw you off course. But the thing that you need to make it a key to prioritize is what truly matters. And that's just to stay disciplined with it, even if a lot of the circumstances aren't ideal, you know? So if you miss that, that family dinner or whatever, follow up with like a small gesture, maybe leaving your family a note on the fridge, like, hey, I knew I couldn't make it for dinner, this Sunday, this Saturday, whatever day y'all decided. But maybe saying, look, I'm gonna make it up to y'all. I'm gonna plan a special meal, maybe take y'all out to eat. And that way I can show y'all that I value y'all time too. It's not only about me, the man, right? You wanna make sure that they know that you value them as well. And so that's just very important. And just know that being perfect or striving for perfectionism, it's one of those things that can kind of paralyze you, man. People kind of wait for the perfect conditions to start something, and we know that that's like the New Year people, right? That's like you guys who wanted to do New Year's. Again, I'm not knocking. I'm just telling you it don't work. But a lot of you guys wait for that the perfect time and wait on New Year's. That's a perfect day to be consistent, to attempt to get on this journey to perfectionism or whatever. But it also, being consistent, man, like I said, shows that you're authentic. Your family definitely sees your efforts. They appreciate you. They see your willingness to like self-improve over time as well. That's just something that I've noticed. So yeah, I think that's something that a lot of you guys can strive to do and be better at, just especially for your family, man. And not only, again, I know you're doing this for your family, but it starts with you. But just let them know that because you are being consistent and it's for them, I think that'll let them know that speak more volumes with your actions than words. So, like I said, man, just commit throughout the week of being consistent and doing like the small actions. And we talked about this before, just having that schedule, having them small daily action goals to, keep you on track as well. And that'll keep you aligned with your values. And that's not only, let me say this, that only showing up like once a week for dinner, yes, that's like a big value proposition for your family. But also maybe you haven't, like when you get home from work, if you have time, maybe spending 10 minutes with each of your kids, 15 minutes before, just finding that window of time to really sit down. Like I said, for me personally, I at least, with my wife, I at least attempt to give her an hour a night because both of us are so busy. Seriously, I shared my schedule with you guys. It's really like right now it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, but I've been up since like 3:15, right? And I won't see her until probably like 8 o'clock tonight. Again, imagine if I had kids right now, I may not see them till 8 o'clock tonight, right? So it matters. That little window of time matters, and you have to execute. I know you're tired. I know work been kicking your butt, but you still gotta show up, man. You still gotta be consistent and show up. At least if they see in your face, they know you checking in on them. That goes a long way, cause then they know you're always there. You're consistently there. So that just makes sense. And lastly, with that, like I've been saying this over and over, this is something that I've incorporated, which is just weekly audit, man. Tracking your progress of things that you want to accomplish. And that just comes with consistency. You gotta have data. You gotta be consistent. That way you can measure your personal metrics and see if you stand on track through your journey, right? And again, it doesn't have to be, man, how much I made in money, right? Unless that's part of your personal goals, right? Being consistent. I definitely think financial, spiritually, physically, emotional needs to be tracked. But again, whatever category that is, you got to have enough data. But the only way you do that is being consistent, right? So you can track that. Maybe it may be like, man, okay, I know my daughter, what does she got going on this year, right? Let's get the syllabus. Let's get their school schedule. And that way you can start tracking, okay, how can I show up now for these events? What does my wife have going on with her job this year? When is she taking vacation? start planning to be consistent. That way you can plan to show up over time. You know. So again, I know, like for me, the thing about consistency, it isn't glamorous, right? It isn't pretty, but it's powerful. And over time, those small, like consistent actions, they start to stack up. They start to give you some wins. They start to create trust. They start to create respect. And they also start to create love. So, you know, don't worry about being perfect. Just keep showing up. And, just watch how it starts to transform your life, your family's life, your marriage, and the people around you who love you. So, anyway, man, be consistent. Again, we on day 2 of the new year. Hopefully you started off with a bang yesterday, but if you did, keep it up. Right, we're only on day 2 of the new year, so we still got 363 days to go. Right, see, that quick. But anyway, man, drop a comment below. Subscribe to the Husband Code if it's your first time checking in. If you've been watching for a while, subscribe as well. Hopefully this video gave you some value. Hit the like on it if it does or it did. And also, hit the notification bell. We're dropping videos like this every day. And until next time, I appreciate y'all. Much love. You have a great day. Peace.